As always, we work it. And today's episode is brought to you by Total Wireless, the official wireless provider of UFC. They're in your corner with unlimited 5G data that won't slow you down.
Daniel Cormier!
Got some different nice shoes on and everything.
I forget what they're.
It's like Miami. It's like you look like you be dressed for Miami right now.
I do. I feel like I'm in Miami.
Yeah. Human. How you been?
I've been good.
Training camp good?
Great.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you for checking in with me again. Yep. Guys, Suga Sean O'Malley tries to get his UFC championship back this weekend. Training camp's over. Been away for a while, man. What does the year look like? I know a lot of changes, but in the immediate after the fight, what was the thought process?
It sucked because I knew I had to get surgery right after the fight, and in my mind I was like, I'm gonna go out there and win, get surgery, chill. It's gonna be great. But having to get surgery, coming off a loss, wasn't great. That was, getting surgery sucks. You get laid up for a while, can't do much. So, after first few weeks, months, I was like, it bothered me. I wanted to get it back so bad, but I feel like part of that is how I healed so fast and was able to get back to work so fast, and my mind was hyper focused on Umar or Merab, and Merab got the job done.
When you were injured, it was a hip
labrum.
We thought it was your shoulder.
Yeah.
The whole time we're like talking about this dude hurt his shoulder, and it's like, but then it was your hip, and there's no defending takedowns with a messed up hip, right? Was there ever a thought to not, or did you put so much emphasis on, well, this is a massive card at the Sphere, all this other stuff, I need to show up? Like,
it was both. I was confident I could go out there and knock Merab out. I did it against Aljo. Had a worse, the Aljo fight was worse. Like the camp was like, I would say the rib was worse than the actual hip. So, the hip didn't play as much a role in the fight as the camp. Like to fight someone like Merab, you gotta prepare right. You gotta wrestle. You gotta be grappling. And we didn't do that at all, hardly at all, the first fight. And I think that played a role more so than the actual fight. Just the timing of wrestling, and I wasn't able to do that. This camp, we've been able to wrestle more than we've ever been able to, and but I accepted the fight because I thought I was going to win. I walked into the cage, I walked in there confident that I was going to win, and it was the Sphere. I knew it was going to be massive. I knew it was going to break records, and a part of me, looked up to Floyd and Conor to make those crazy records. Like
in those moments.
Yeah, I wanted that. So no regrets.
Sean, I got to ask you something. We talk, so I'm in the business of talking an opinion. This is what we do all the time. Chael and I sit on the show 2 times a week talking about this sport. A lot of times it's about you. We were talking about you in the moment. You just kind of mentioned the Sphere was big. You walked out there the first time, and I saw you kind of go, oh. Were you kind of like knocked back a little bit when you looked at the venue? Because it was mad to see 100-foot tall Sean O'Malley walking out to the octagon. It had to be like almost like awestruck a little bit, because I looked at your eyes and you did this. Did I wanted to ask you, because again, I'm telling people what I think you're thinking opposed to what you can actually tell me.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it affected me at all. Usually the bigger, the more pressure, the better. The more eyeballs, the bigger the event, the better for me. So I didn't feel like that affected me in any way negatively. That fight played out how it was supposed to play out. This fight will play out the way it's supposed to play out, and I feel like there was, it just makes this win that much better, that much sweeter. So, it was, he won. It wasn't because of the Sphere, it wasn't because of the lights, it wasn't the pressure, it wasn't the moment. It was my preparation.
So most times we're wrong. I mean, we're more wrong than right. One time they clipped off all the wrong thing that Ryan and I did. We literally had 9 of 10 wrong. But most times we're wrong. Yeah. So okay, I was wrong in that one too. I want to ask you this. So I saw a video today, and I was talking to Coach Tim about you created a fight environment in your gym. I was telling him that when I was getting ready for the 2004 Olympics, we would do match simulations. So we would get up in the morning, we would do like a weigh-in, then we would wrestle matches. And I remember one time, I wasn't taking it as serious as I could. I lost Sean. First match. And so I'm like, run it back. Coach is like, no. He's like, you don't get to run it back. You lost. Your Olympic Games is over. And he kicked my ass out of the wrestling room. He would not. I'm crying, Sean. Because now I can put myself in the Olympic Games, and I just blew the opportunity of my life. How much were you able to put yourself in the actual fight by creating that simulation? And how often did you do it, and how much do you expect it to help you going into this weekend?
I feel like I've always been able to show up and perform.
Yeah, you have.
That last fight, I didn't, but I don't overthink and think, oh man, do I still got it? Maybe why didn't I? What happened? It is what it is. I think adding that, the simulation, the walkout, we're training in a full-size octagon now.
Yeah.
I think all that helps. Every little thing you can do at this high level helps, and I think that probably plays a role. And I think it'll help.
Once he didn't let me wrestle that match, I swear to God, every other simulation I took so serious, because your goal is to become a world champion, right? And then you can kind of live into it. So I went and spoke to Merab 2 days after you guys fought. Sean, he was running. Mm-hmm. He literally was running afterwards. Now, you've made a lot of changes, right? You don't smoke. You're off socials. The mental part, knowing what you're dealing with, did that help? Because you seem honestly more laid back, more measured, more calm, no distractions. Knowing that you're dealing with a guy like that, does that make you have to level up and go, to beat this dude, I've got to be a little bit of a different version of myself?
Yeah, I mean, to beat Merab, you got to be focused, you got to be dialed, you got to have the correct preparation, and they call him the machine for a reason. He's a machine, so I got to go out there and break the machine. Mm-hmm. That's been the goal this whole camp, is go out there and break the machine.
You get this belt back this weekend. Like, what does it feel like to you, Sean? Because you were anointed to become a champion. Mm-hmm. We all expected you at some point to become a champion. You become the champion. It's almost like, this is where I'm supposed to be. But then when you have to live without that thing, I did it, right? John Jones beat me, and I was like, oh my God. Now I took this thing for granted a little bit. Can you have a different appreciation for this belt, what it means to you and everything else now that we go forward if you win this weekend?
Yeah, probably. I feel like I never really got too attached to, I felt like the champ before.
Yeah.
Before the belt, I felt like I was the champ. I still feel like I'm the champ. Win or lose after this fight, well, maybe lose it 2 in a row. Maybe I won't feel like the champ. But I feel like I'm the champ with or without the belt. I never really got too attached to it. But it is weird. You realize, damn, that is the belt. I got the belt at home, but I'm not the champ. There is that a little bit, but I never got too attached to I'm Suga, the UFC champ. I enjoy fighting. It feels more. It's gonna feel better beating Merab that I'm beating Merab rather than getting the belt back. Mm-hmm. But it is cool when you look back. I took the belt from Aljamain Sterling, the greatest bantamweight of all time at the time. Yep. I took the belt from Merab Dvalishvili, the greatest bantamweight of all time at the time. They're training partners. It's a movie. You can't make that up. So I think that'll be a cool storyline. But as far as I just want to beat Merab. The belt coming with it is extra, and you get paid more when you're the champ. So that's always great. But yeah, this is more just I want the Merab win back rather than I need the belt back. As
much as outside of the self changes you've made, has life changed much for Sean O'Malley since not having the belt? I mean, in terms of obviously sponsorship and everything, has anything changed since not having the belt?
Not that I notice. Life's still good. Life's
great. So you got so much money that if a sponsor quit, then you don't even notice that it. Yeah. I mean, you making money like that, Sugar?
We got it like that. I just had a baby boy a couple weeks ago, brand new little baby. So that's that occupies a lot of my time, a lot of my thinking, a lot of my life is being a dad, being a father, and we're traveling a lot less, which I really enjoy. I love my property out there in Arizona. So with or without belt, champ, not champ, fighting, not fighting, life's good.
Life is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw in that simulation the guy tried to shoot a double leg on you. You defended effectively. I also saw a clip the other day saying that you'd like to go wrestle with Khabib and those guys. That is, would you really want to go? Those guys are nuts, man.
No, I mean, it would be cool to be in the same room, train with them, be a part of their session someday. That'd be cool. I'm not trying to fucking go.
Because at the end of the day, you still are mixed martial artists that want to just get better and can recognize if there's an opportunity to, right?
Yeah, I mean, Khabib's an absolute legend. It would just be, how many tricks and little tips and stuff you could learn from them in one session. It'd be cool to do. Probably will never do it.
Not going to Dagestan. You're like, I ain't going to
I don't know if
Dagestan.
I'm welcomed there, but I mean, yeah, no, they're legends over there, and what they got going on is cool, and yeah, it would be cool.
But this weekend is all about you in this championship. What does Saturday night look like? What's your expectation? How do you expect this fight to end if you are to become a 2-time UFC Bantamweight champion?
I'm prepared for a 25-minute war. Like, I would not be surprised if I'm getting my hand raised and new first round KO, second round KO. I know I can put his lights out. I know I can. He's sloppy. He's mastered his style. He's really good at it. But it takes one mistake. Aljo made that one mistake in the second round. It takes one mistake for me to put someone's lights out, for the fight to change. So I wouldn't be surprised to get him out of there early, but I'm prepared and plan to go with 25 minutes.
One last thing before I let you go. Smoking and everything, done forever? Like, with those changes, like, could you go back? Like, I mean, seriously.
Social media, it's like, I have no desire to get back on there and scroll and, you know.
It takes up your life.
Yeah, I don't really have any desire to that. You know, taking a little puff after the win, a little victory puff, that sounds fantastic.
It sounds nice,
yeah,
huh?
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
That's not done forever, but yeah.
You actually gonna fly through New Jersey. If you ain't smoked in that long, you gonna act. We might drive down the street and see Sean O'Malley just floating on the air like that.
Yeah, well.
My man. Good luck this weekend, dog. Guys, Suga Sean O'Malley fights for the Bantamweight Championship this weekend. Tries to become a 2-time UFC Bantamweight champion. Tap into everything he's doing, his YouTube channel, all of his socials. Even though he doesn't use it, go follow the man. They are still there. Until next time, like, subscribe, and tell your friends about my YouTube channel, because I'm checking in with people like The Suga Show. Until next time, peace. Hey, buy UFC 316. Do not miss this man in the octagon.